You'll notice that Wendy got to speak before you started eating, and I'm the follow-up act, so she made the schedule. Anyway, I wanted to thank everyone for being here today, and first you start by thanking two important groups of people, our board of directors of the PFN for their leadership all through the year. We've got a slide up with their pictures, I think. And also want to acknowledge the great staff and that we have at the PFN, many who are volunteering here today. You've got a whole bunch of thank yous been done already, so I'll just quickly jump in. I want to really thank all of the people who put today together and to acknowledge those PFN donors who've come to save us and help us out all year long. Hard to make a list, but really quickly, of course, wanted to welcome and thank YVR, the Illich family, Sacomaniacs Golf, Concord Pacific, Scotiabank, et cetera, et cetera. It is their financial support that makes our mission possible. I'm cognizant when speaking to you here today that, of course, I speak as on behalf of PFN, but I also speak to you as a father of a neurodivergent, amazing young man, one of the many 70,000 people and families impacted by autism in our province. We Wendy and I, and families like us, dream of a world that's similar to this lunch today, where everybody is accepting and welcoming of our children and their differences. A world where neurodivergency is to be honored, is to be recognized, is to be celebrated and accepted. So that's enough from me though today. I also have an ambassador with me. Wendy had Nico, I have Julia. I want you to meet my good friend, Julia Mitchell.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie Kate Mitchell and I'm the Employment and Education Specialist at the Pacific Autism Family Network. My mum told me this joke isn't funny and not to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. A fun fact about me is that I love Bernese Mountain Dogs, and Dr. Glenn Davies told me that feelings aren't facts, but my love for Bernese Mountain Dogs feels like a fact. It was funny. I have a lot of feelings, and I'm autistic. I found out once upon a time when I was 27. I'm now 30. I never thought that I would live to be 30. This is the longest job I've ever had in my life. It's just over a year now. And I was able to get diagnosed thanks to Dr. Glenn Davies at the ABLE clinic at PAFAN. I met him for the first time on Zoom when I was in the mental health unit on floor 7. I think he's here somewhere. Hi, Dr. Glenn. I was taken there by the police because during COVID, I was having a hard time emotionally regulating because all the sounds were different. And so I was on the ground rocking with my fingers in my ears, and they came over and I said I was overwhelmed and I thought I was just autistic, but I think they thought something else, so they took me in, and then I also tried to tell the staff there, but one day in the unit turned to 12 days, and my mum was very worried. So thank you, Dr. Glenn, for being able to see me. I was asked how I felt after I got diagnosed, and as he knows, I have a lot of feelings. I could fill a library with journals about my feelings. But it was very validating. I could hardly leave the house because walking to the end of the street gave me panic attacks. And I was terrified because my ability to live independently had declined dramatically because of my sensory challenges. But I also felt sick because I realized that growing up, my traits were considered like ugly and like unattractive and not socially acceptable. And so I would go up into my bedroom and disguise the parts of myself that I learned that weren't right. And I was terrified because I was living alone, and I got to a point in my life where I couldn't hide it anymore. And all my family was in England. But thanks to, actually, because I take things very literally, I don't know if you're supposed to take it this way, but because it says family, or Autism Family Network, I just went right into the building, and then when I was there, I met Alison, who worked at the library, and then I would go there once a week and sit with Alison and read books and watch TikTok and learn about autism, and I wanted to meet other autistic people, and so thank you, Alison, for creating that safe space. What empowers and inspires me, and why do I come to work? Because I want to validate other autistic people's feelings about how challenging the workplace could be. I want to build autistic community and culture with Jess, and I want to be able to teach support strategies to employers, because the work shouldn't always be put on us. It's hard, and everyone is capable of doing the work, so thank you everyone for showing up today and being committed, because not everyone has a great team like me. And that's one of the reasons I get up every day, because I have a very clear vision of what an inclusive world looks like. And one day I'm going to die, and so I want to be able to give as many hours as possible to teaching people support strategies and give guidance. So I will come around with my handbag to all of your tables and get your business cards. And Wendy and Sergio told me not to mention them, but I want to say a huge thank you to Wendy and Sergio, because without them, none of this work would be possible. I don't know where I would be. And look at all the change that everyone in this room is able to make for the lives of autistic people. So thank you to them. Thank you to everyone at PAFAN. Thank you to all autistic people for being amazing. And to everyone here for believing in us. You're all great. I love you.